Happy Sunday, New York Comic-Con. And welcome to the Gifted panel. We're going to have a lot of fun today. Are we going to have a lot of fun today? Well, you guys got your coffee this morning. That's a good thing. I'm just going to tell you something that just is going to make me giggle through the whole panel. There's a button here. It's actually glued on. It says, "Don't press." So, like, all I'm going to do the entire thing is go, I wonder what's going to happen if I press that. Oh, I'm not going to press it. No. It says don't press. I'm not pressing it. I know. New York does that. San Diego would be going, no, you shouldn't press that button. No. We could fall into the ocean. New York's like, yeah, I got my bathing suit on and let's go. As you know, The Gifted is on Fox. It's on our new night, Tuesday nights at 8 o'clock. And we're killing it, and that's what we love about it. And in order to do that, we're going to have some fun today. We're going to obviously fill up these seats. You saw a special guest that just ran around and went back out there. I'm hoping that was a bet that she won. But we do have one small, tiny little thing, and that is those of you, and I'll bet a few of you do, that have phones and have cameras in those phones. I have a BlackBerry. I have nothing to worry about. So if you could, I'm trying to figure out, yeah, I still have my BlackBerry with me. If you could, during the parts where we might show you something that would be on the screens that maybe you guys would see before anybody else would see, particularly the people that are online might see, it would really be great if you didn't film that part. And so if you promise that you do that, then we'll see whether or not we can make good on our side. I don't know whether or not we can, but it's better because, believe it or not, there are people that are walking around and they actually have night vision goggles, like real night vision goggles on. So they work for S.H.I.E.L.D., and they will come and, which is on a different network, and I don't want anybody to get dragged out of here and then disappear. So that's the security part of the show. Let's get started and let's meet some of the folks that you guys get to watch every single week on Fox. And none of that would be possible without our incredible showrunner and creator and head writer and all that stuff, Matt Nix. Do you guys know about the Inner Circle? Do you guys know who runs the Inner Circle? So you know Reva. You know you don't want to be messing with Reva. But now you're going to get a chance to meet Grace Byers.
Welcome.
I should point out, and this is where we're going to have fun, this is Grace's first Comic-Con. So she literally has no idea what to expect from all of you. So behave. He's the guy you don't want to be running away from. He plays Jace Kobe Bell.
One of these things.
I just like to say this. Jamie Chung plays Blink.
Thank you.
Oh.
All right, let's show the shoes.
Yes, shoe cam,
Fuego.
shoe cam. Yes.
It's always a challenge to come to the X-Men. Will you guys settle down?
Sorry.
I still got to fill 3
We're
more
having a
seats.
shoe party here.
It's always hard to come to the X-Men and be a brand new character and have a character that not only feels like he belongs, but he's actually making it work, and that is Sean Teal plays Eclipse. What? You know, up until today, I just knew her as an extremely powerful actress who could black out all of Atlanta. But now I've also found out that she can come out and get an entire audience to come to their feet just by walking out here. Emma, would you please come out again? She's our Polaris. And that leaves us with one last chair. She's not only just a favorite of ours on the show, but she's also a favorite of you guys at Comic-Con. She's also got an awesome responsibility of having to look after the entire Strucker family. And for those of you that saw the season opener, you got to see her kick a little ass, which I liked. Ladies and gentlemen, Amy Acker. Hello, gang.
Hello.
Hi.
Welcome to New York. So I guess the biggest question on everybody's mind is what's going to happen in season 2. And Matt, since you're the keeper of all the things gifted secret-wise, what can you tell us about how season 2 is different from season 1 other than our new time slot? And what
Pretty much
we
just
look
the
forward
time
to.
slot. It's just season 1 again with a new time slot.
Exactly. For those of you that didn't see it, we just put it on a different night.
So much cheaper. One thing, you know, in the first season, we really, you have to spend a lot of time sort of, this is the world, this is the tone, this is what we're doing. And the 2 biggest things this year are, I don't know if you guys have been paying any attention, but there's been some turmoil in the news lately, something about a divided country. You know, traditionally,
France.
exactly. The world of the X-Men is something that reflects a lot of the issues that are going on in our own world. And this year, we really took a look at that. And without doing anything that, you know, we're not the news, we're the gifted, but we really wanted to use the show as a window onto what's going on in our world right now. And so I think one of the really exciting things this year is seeing this rise of a divided country, a country that's divided over mutant issues, divisions within the mutant community between the inner circle and the Mutant Underground. This year we're going to deal with the rise of the Purifiers, this anti-mutant organization.
Someone just cheer the Purifiers? Someone actually cheered a hate group. Yeah! Woo!
You know, sometimes everyone's hate group is someone's like group.
Yeah, I guess you got to support all ideas, don't you?
If you hate mutants, it's a love group.
And they're walking around going, hey, let's hate things. I think they're like, they got a point of view.
And I think they'd probably hate being called a love group. I think that gives them a very different meaning, Matt.
We have to stand up for our species. That's the point. So anybody who wants a sweatshirt with a cross on it, we'll be selling them later. So we're very excited about that. And then the other big thing that's been super fun this year is really doing deep dives into the background of our characters. So just to tease some stuff that's coming up, we're going to get to meet young Polaris this year. We're going to get to meet young Blink this year. We're going to get to see the history of the Frosts, or for a Comic-Con audience, the Stepford Cuckoos. And really, basically, we get to see the background and where these people are coming from for everyone on this stage and some besides. And that's been really fun, really focusing on the characters and where they're coming from, what they want, and who they are.
Awesome. You were talking about a world divided, and probably the greatest division on the show is between the inner circle and the underground. And so here, speaking on behalf of the inner circle, would be the lady that took them all out and then started it all back up again. Grace, tell us what it's like playing the baddest of bad and on this show, and what your point of view is.
Yeah, you know what? I don't even think she's bad, y'all. You know, I just think she's real passionate. You know what I'm saying? What I love is that she's not a one-dimensional character. So you see that she's grown up on the south side of Chicago. She grew up in poverty. She's biracial like myself. You know, we really embraced those types of those channels of diversity and that intersectionality. And now she has clawed her way to the top, and now she's powerful and wealthy, and she has position, and she is tired of sitting on the sidelines and watching mutants be slaughtered. And so now, you know, she, based on her past and her history, which you will get a chance to see, you get a chance to really understand where she's coming from, what she stands for, and why she is so passionate to take the route that she's taking. So
when you put it like that,
Well, it sounds so reasonable. Sean, you probably might have a different opinion as to how that's working out for you.
well, when you put it like that, it actually sounds really appealing.
doesn't she?
I was just thinking, I was like, oh man, Eclipse, you should just chill out for a bit, maybe see their side of the problem. No, I think, yeah, being an erratic person, his opinions normally change on a lot of things, but the difference, I guess, between Polaris and Eclipse are those differing ideologies, and I think the place that Clarice and John and Marcos and Strakas and co are coming from is a place of two wrongs don't make a right. You don't just take back what you feel is rightfully yours because it's been taken away from you before. That only escalates the problem. It actually only increases the skirmish and makes it harder for people to exist. When we're fighting for coexistence as opposed to a mutant homeland, let's say, which would just be replacing a problem with another one. So that's, I guess, the place that they're coming from, but we're grappling with those conditions this year, and like love and loss start to pull at the notion that maybe you got to listen to the voice in your head that you've been suppressing, that you've maybe not been honest to yourself about, and how far will we go before I just go, screw it, I want my baby and my lady.
You know. Is it me, or is it just because he's got that dreamy accent that it sounds even more dreamy?
I didn't say anything intelligent there, I'm just British.
We know.
Jamie, where does that leave Blink in all of this? And you also have a bit of a romance going on as well, don't you?
Thunder Blink for life. Yeah, she's in a snuggle puddle with her dog and John, and you know, she's quite domesticated, I think, at this point. There's so much chaos and turmoil all around her, and I think the one thing that's really grounded and giving her strength is her relationship. But all good things may or may not come to an end. So, I think she's, the ideology of what she truly believes, I think will come into question, as well as her identity. I feel like she's having identity issues, and she will finally decide what will make her happy. But we are introducing the Morlocks into our season, which is very exciting. And there's something really appealing about their society and how they live and how they're able to just be themselves. So I think there's a little push and pull with that element.
Cool. Kobe,
What?
awful lot of mutants running around. Are you going to get this job done or not?
I don't know, man. Jace is having problems.
How is unemployment?
He's having problems. It's true. Hey, it's true. His life is pretty much falling apart. You know, at the end of last season, he left the Sentinel Services, but he still has that life mission of trying to get justice for his daughter. Now he has no one to help him accomplish that. So
No one?
along
No one
come
will help you?
Along come the purifiers, and
No cheering.
things
there you go.
get
There was.
yeah, things get really racist really quickly.
Well, that'll be fun for, I guess, all the races. Matt, you'll make that clear at some point?
No, things get. He goes down a dark path this season, and it's been fun to play, and I hope you all enjoy it.
Well, actually, I mean, one thing that just on that I think Kobe does a great job with this season, and actually Grace does as well, and with regard to the inner circle is, you know, I mean, we're really playing with a world of true believers. Like, these are people who really believe in their positions, and I think part of exploring the purifiers has been just saying, like, how do you find yourself in this position? How do you join a hate group without ever sitting down and saying, I'm joining a hate group, this is what I'm doing? It seems like a reasonable position at every point. Like, each step down that path seems like a reasonable step. And I think that that's an important story to tell for all sides this season. And I think it's an important story to tell in our world today, to say basically, like, you don't wind up doing evil because you decided to do evil. It's a series of steps, and that's how you wind up there.
Yeah,
I mean, like, what is evil? You know what I'm saying?
We get it. Yeah. You're right.
I think the quote is "evil isn't evil." I think is where we want to be.
Well, I think with Jace, I don't think he necessarily agrees with the purifiers. He just needs them.
Right.
He needs.
Let's play that angle.
Speaking of needs and
Keep telling
changing
yourself
sides and doing all of that, Emma, Polaris is on the right team, the wrong team? Where are you now?
Polaris is on our own team.
I thought she was going to say the winning team, but
Emma Dumont. I mean, Polaris is on the winning team. You know what? Our show's really good at showing every point of view, every vantage point of different political opinions. Look, Polaris is an alpha female. She wanted to join a group of other strong women who are not afraid to take action, and I see no problem with that.
Not gonna argue.
Death stares from the Mutant Underground.
got that.
Power to you, mama.
Amy, speaking of being a strong woman, like, you are in a very challenging situation in that your marriage is certainly showing some signs of stress. Your kids are kind of wherever they want to be.
Yeah.
So what's it like being the head of the Strucker household?
I'm feeling like you're not thinking I'm doing a very good job of it based on your questioning.
No, I like the fact that you're out there. We're going to find all those kids somewhere. They're out there.
It's been a rough road. I feel like it's all going to come around. You know, I am ultra driven this year to find Andy, and in the meantime have neglected some other members of my family. But I think for the most part, we're all just really excited to see the show and to see what's happening with it. And we don't ever get to see it until the night that you guys see it. And we were just wondering if maybe you would show us just a little bit of it.
A little bit?
Yeah.
Please.
You know, we all adore Amy, and that's a great question. But as Matt will explain, this is a show that's got a lot of effects and a lot of things, and we're on Tuesday night, and it's
Yeah.
still like it's wet right now. Like we haven't even cooked it.
We'd have to mix the effects. I mean, it's mostly just puppets before we do the post. So yeah, you wouldn't work.
That's all fun and dandy, but the inner circle does not take no for an answer.
Neither does Eclipse. I don't know.
Please.
We could act it. Why don't we act it out for you guys right now? We'll act it out.
It's not a request.
All right. This is what we can do. We,
Who has some metal?
if you all put away your phones and your cameras and all that stuff, like you, then what we will be showing New York Comic Con for the first time anywhere on the planet Earth this Tuesday night, the first act of episode 203. We now have some time left for you guys to come down. I think there are mics somewhere set up. I have no idea how this is being handled. Oh, look, there's a light over there. And a light over there.
The baby. Questions like before.
So let's start over here with the man in the yellow shirt.
Hi, I'm Patrick from Brooklyn. Big fan of the show, doing a great job, guys.
Hi, Patrick.
I'm curious, now with all the talk about Fox merging with Marvel, is there any chance that we might see some of the Marvel properties that have existed in the MCU crossing over with Gifted, maybe Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.?
Where's my dad?
That's for you, Jeff. I think this one.
Take it away, Jeff.
I being completely honest, like that's at a you know, 2 billionaires are trying to figure that out. And when they let us know, but wouldn't that be fun? Absolutely. So
That'd be nice.
it certainly is one of the benefits of the Disney Fox merger is that at least theoretically, the X-Men family will be coming over into the same house that Marvel is in. So it'd be great to get everybody back.
Thanks so much.
But
I just say
I do want to point out, just because I have to give you some credit, sir. Having the responsibility of creating and running the only live action Marvel television series that features the X-Men is an extraordinary responsibility, and it is something that Matt put on his shoulders and did something. And like, you can't imagine the labyrinth of people that are up his nose every time he decides to write the. Well, should it be the, or should it be, and he handles it amazingly well.
Well, thank you. I was just going to say, we get that question a lot, and just so you know, our experience, it's a little bit like asking a French peasant in the Middle Ages, how do you feel the result of the 100 Years' War is going to affect your wheat crop in a few years? And just, I don't even know what they're doing. There's wars going on at a very high level. But I'd just say, in general, you know, everything is sort of out there to be determined at a future date. And we've just sort of been trying to work with Marvel, and they've been super cooperative and everything about just trying to keep everything compatible if things can go that direction, and keep everything independent if things don't go that direction.
Actually, I'm going to jump the line for a second. I do a lot of these panels, as you guys know, but I never get the chance to sort of ask a question that I think you guys should know, which is we all use the name showrunner, and I think you guys sort of sit around that Matt's in his office with his feet on his desk going, move camera 2 over to the left. That's good. I like that. Tell me what your day is like.
Well, I mean, essentially, I am the executive producer. I'm the producer who's in charge of the show creatively. So I'm I'm supervising the writing room, breaking the stories, rewriting episodes.
You get up at 10, 11 a.m.
Pardon me?
You get up at like 10 or 11 a.m.
Yeah, exactly. I sort of get
Go
up
for a
late, have
swim.
some bonbons. Yeah. No, it's a lot of it's a lot of writing, watching cuts, casting, dealing with actors who have strong opinions about their characters, calling me.
I don't know what he means.
Actually, no, I will give props to all these people. One of the great things about this show is that actors really do, like, an actor with a stupid idea, there's nothing more dangerous. But we don't actually get that on this show. No, it's true. But I'm saying you guys don't.
We're not saying that there's any of there, here.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, when you have actors who are advocating for their characters and who, I was just watching episode 10 the other day, and just watching the way that all of the characters, all of the people, I shouldn't say characters, all the actors on this stage had called and weighed in on their character. So, teasing something. When the Struckers finally do see their son again, Amy had very strong feelings on how that should play, how she would behave when that happened. And it turned out great.
And now the world knows, Amy.
Yeah. And
I'm the problem.
well, but actually,
I'll join you. I had the same with my baby as well. So yeah.
Yeah, all down the line here. I mean, watching, Emma and Sean both had ideas and thoughts and feelings about how.
Wait, was that quote? Was that ideas? Did you just go ideas?
I've never said one note.
I'm
or
trying
idea.
to compliment you guys. I won't make this
This
mistake
is going
again.
really well.
So yeah, but actually, my day though is really just casting, rewriting, editing, dealing with production, figuring out, how many times can we see a laser before we're way over budget, those kinds of things. So.
Gotcha.
Yeah, by the way, it's very expensive every time you do that with your hand, Emma. So just please stop.
Exactly.
Stop.
Yeah, we don't have a budget for my portals anymore, so please stop.
Okay, I had to get bangs. You got to keep your normal hair.
Yeah, we have to walk everywhere now.
We
because
walk
of your
everywhere
hands.
now.
I only got to fly.
You only got to fly. She stopped there. I only got to fly. End your sentence. I'll take your shovel from you.
Eventually, I'll and get this back again. The gentleman over there.
Hi, my name's Evan.
Hi, Evan.
This question's for Amy.
Did you really complain?
It feels like this role versus like Root or Dr. Saunders, which are of course all incredible,
Thank you.
have all been very different. Has that been the conscious choice for you when choosing roles?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I like to try to play different things, and then it's, I think for me, I tend to gravitate towards genre and comic and sci-fi stuff because the roles get to evolve so much. So I feel like Caitlin season 2 is a different role than I played last year, which is really fun, and I hope, sure she'll continue to change, and who knows, take on Reva, I don't know. But yeah, so I do like to try to play different things, and have been lucky enough to play different things in the same show, so that's fun.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Question over here.
Hi, my question's for Matt and Amy, also related to what you were just saying. Your character, love you in general, but will you be getting more badass as the series goes on?
Yes.
Okay, question over here.
I mean, it's a thing she does really well, and you don't have Amy Acker on your show and just go like, oh yeah, let's just have her not be badass. Obviously, she needs to do that.
I'm sorry, Jeff, may I? Blink, do you have a question?
I do.
Yeah. Awesome.
I love your
That's
costume.
awesome.
I found your portal.
Yes. We need it on our show.
Exactly.
Thank you.
We're going to need it for episode 10.
So my question is about Blink's portals, actually.
No.
I know. I'm a huge fan of her in the comic books as well. And in the comics, I'm sure we all know, she throws the really cool daggers and they open the portals.
Yes.
When that come? Is that a spoiler?
No, it's not going to happen this season. I'm just,
Daggers is my
I'm just joking.
thing.
I don't know. Anything's possible, right, Matt?
Well, I mean, I will say.
Right, Matt?
Here's the thing. Absolutely. Really, the thing. I mean, to sort of look under the hood on a show like this a little bit. One of the things that we looked at from the very beginning was thinking about like. How do we evolve the powers? Because if you read the comics, like obviously powers change over time and new things become possible and stuff like that. And so we consciously decided with Blink, because in the comics she's sort of inexpert with her powers when it starts. In Days of Future Past, obviously she's in full javelin, or not quite javelin mode, but there's a different level of power there. And so, teasing, we will see younger Blink this season, and we'll see
her other little top piece. I saw that.
Yeah, so we also evolved that, and so yeah, the hope is
by season 3,
should we be so fortunate as to keep going,
She'll have pink skin.
or
actually,
4.
the funny thing is, ironically, we did discover. Now, I'm not promising this season by any means, but javelins are actually way cheaper, because because the thing about it is when the portals open, like we thought we were being clever by having her go. Right, well, okay, the problem is now like the portal's in front of her and the artists are spending all this time with it and it's really difficult. So once we get into like you're throwing javelins all the place.
It's cheaper.
You can portal everywhere.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
Awesome.
You'll portal across
Still
the
about
set.
the art.
I'm gonna go to the drinking fountain, portal to the drinking fountain, it's fine.
Okay.
And I wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't mention that if you really like to see someone throw daggers, there's a whole nother Marvel show that's...
Oh, you monster!
I'm the X-Men.
Sorry, it's just every now and then it comes out.
Thank you.
How about over here?
Hello, my name is Sophia. My question is the general, was Magneto right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Let's see whether or not Emma has an opinion about it.
I think I'd rather say that Magneto was not that Professor X wasn't, but Magneto was very, very brave. I think it takes a lot of balls to kind of go against the grain and go with what's unpopular, even though you really believe that it's right.
Emma?
Yes. My father did what no one else was brave enough to do. He stood up for mutant kind, showed us a new path, whatever.
If this whole building starts coming down around us, I am not responsible in any way, shape, or form.
No, you can't do that.
Over there.
Hi, my name is Sarah. This question is for Jamie, and I really love seeing you on the show as an Asian American. I feel represented. I love it so much. I love you. And so my question is, you as an actress, as somebody in this industry, what are your next steps in continuing this representation that we've been seeing, but that we could definitely, see more of?
Aside from being a part of a huge show, I think a lot of producing, now that we do have the doors open and all these new opportunities, I think it's choosing the stories that we want to tell, that are important to us, that are specific to us. And so there's a lot of creative stuff's going on behind the curtain, and there are some things that are brewing and coming together, and certainly it is all about producing content. Mm-hmm. So that's next, hopefully. Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, over on this side.
Hey.
Someone who looks fairly familiar to this group.
Yeah.
Storm.
Hey guys, so my question's for Emma and Sean. So, I get that.
Yes.
I get that Marcos essentially like took the side that he thought was better. He chose that over love. Do you think that he's going to? Kinda. Do you think that?
Okay, let her finish her question.
Do you think that once he sees his baby for the first time, he's going to take the other side? Or do you think it will result to him having to kill his love interest?
Wait, what?
Now you've set her on you. Now you've started on her. You
throw something.
Two very dangerous people.
Yeah, we're making a show where people kill babies. That's what's going to happen.
No, not the baby. Not the baby. Whoa.
Because I love it so much.
Why would he have to kill me? Polaris,
like,
I mean.
To like have the baby, do you think he would?
No, of course. Well,
or
like,
vice
yes,
versa?
they didn't have the cleanest of splits, and actually, I would say that in his opinion, I think his child was taken away from him. He didn't have a choice, and. Am I wearing anything metal? Am I wearing anything metal? Am I wearing anything metal? And so, no, he would. Yeah, but at the end of the season finale, I guess. Firstly, there's a more Polaris ends up using a more abrasive action than he would agree with, and he doesn't actually expect the family to break up and this to stop. It's Polaris leaving on her own accord that does that. He thinks this is going to settle down. They're going to figure this out. That's why he stops Caitlin from chasing after Andy right away. They don't want anyone to get hurt. It's going to get out of hand. We're going to fix this. And then 6 months goes by, and he's still chasing her. He did stand to his ethics then. He did stand to his moral standing point then. But ideology comes second when it comes to the fact that his baby's alive and his child and family have been taken away from him and the woman that he loves. So when you see later on, if you tune in on Tuesday, you're going to see him question those exact ethics you're talking about. It's never to kill Polaris. Obviously never to kill a baby. But
that's my job, to make sure that doesn't happen.
But he does question. He does question his ideology on the basis that his emotion overcomes anything else. I think the pain and loss and love that he feels outweighs most of his other facets of his persona. So it will dictate some of his behavior, especially coming up.
And sadly for Polaris, I think it is maybe the opposite, that her political views, her ideologies come first before true love. And she knows that Marcos is her true love because the Aurora Borealis still exists and it's still there. And obviously her daughter comes first, but she needs to change the world. That's part of her family legacy that she does this, and she is coming to realize that.
Marcos just wants to go to the park and eat ice cream with his kid.
I mean, just saying, I think that Polaris could totally take you in a fight.
Yeah. She said you could take me in a fight.
Oh, 100%.
But I could singe all her hair off, and that's me winning, so that's fun.
It's a wig anyway.
How about over here?
Hi, I'm Hannah.
Hi, Hannah.
What was your favorite scene to film?
Jeff Loeb, what was your favorite scene to film?
Kobe, do you have a favorite?
Wow. I like the one, season 1, I think it was episode 10, when the triplets finally all get together and make all my dudes turn on each other and blow each other up, and I thought that was some good TV, man. That was some good TV.
Over here.
This is a question for Kobe and Matt. Now that Turner isn't part of the government and he doesn't have them holding him back, do you ever think we could see him do a vigilante, justice, Stain the hero killer type thing?
You wait a few episodes.
Yes, yeah.
Yes, I could
do
see that
think
happening,
That could
yes.
happen. Very much so.
Over here.
Hi, everyone. My name's Nikki. I have 2 questions.
Okay,
The
Nikki.
first one is for Max. Will the X-Men appear in this season?
Well, it sort of depends on how you define the X-Men. Blink, technically.
Jamie and I are X-Men.
Yeah, the mythology of the show is that the X-Men proper have disappeared post 715. So, officially no, per Jeff Loeb, anything is possible. We'll see. Wouldn't that be exciting?
Okay. And you have a second question?
Yeah. If the powers that you have in the show were real, what would you do and why?
I would steal quarters from the laundromat. But donate them to charity.
You salvaged that. It was really good. Whoa, I was wondering where you were going with it.
Grace?
I'd make toast for everyone.
Who doesn't like?
Well, you know, Reva's power is emitting a hypersonic sound that scrambles your brain. My husband says I already have that power in real life. Go, hubby. He's back there going, no, I didn't. No, you're not funny, Grace.
The pawn in your game.
Me? Okay.
Jamie, yeah?
I would start like a travel agency. Welcome to Blink. Where would you like to go?
Blink
I will
and you're
portal you
there.
there.
Blink is my favorite character, by the way.
Thank you.
For that.
Well, thank you very much. Over here.
I'm ready. Hello, my name is Jose. This is a question for Emma and Sean. Let's say hypothetically that your child doesn't turn out to be a mutant.
Who will carry on the legacy?
You better love that
They
child.
would love that child the way they love each other.
No,
You better
honestly,
love that child.
The whole theme of our show is acceptance, so we will love our child no matter what race they're part of, whether that be mutant race or the human race. It doesn't matter. Like honest and earnestly, like.
Truly, I don't think there's a man that's loved his baby more. I think there's, especially considering he hasn't met her yet. He's pretty in love with that thing already. Powers or not, he just wants to make a world where they can live together. That's all it is. So if they didn't have powers, probably be a little bit bummed for a couple of days. And then we would go back to normal life.
Actually, I'm gonna say I actually think Marcos and Lorna, I can't speak for your character, but I believe that they would be grateful if they had a human child.
That's actually...
They wouldn't have to go through the harassment and the prejudice that they had to go through. So actually, I think it'd be a positive reaction.
Yeah.
And let's just say the child will be extraordinarily attractive regardless. So.
We're gonna have a hot baby, he said.
Oh,
Said we have a hot baby.
How about
But only speak with a British accent.
Yeah. Jace adopts the baby, everybody wins. We all go home, right? We're good.
We got done.
Over there?
Hi, I'm Stacy, and I wrote down my question because I'm scatterbrained. So this is for anybody. The X-Men have always been an allegory for persecuted minorities, especially LGBT kids and adults. And I especially saw that mirrored in Lauren's story in season 1 when she was kind of like in the closet from her family. So I was wondering if you were going to explore any of those specifically like queer mutant issues in this season or next season or whatever.
I think that's always in the background. And I think that one of the things that when I look at how we're writing stories, I think that there's so much crossover between those things. I mean, specifically, this year, those questions are more addressed with Reed's storyline. But I think that when we look at those issues, there are just so many issues of oppression, different groups that are, taken in the chops at this time, that in a nice way, actually, we can have those things overlap so that we don't have to say, well, this is the kind of oppression that is only experienced by, racial minorities. This is the kind of oppression that is only experienced by the LGBTQ community. We can sort of cross those things over and show some of the commonalities and some of the differences between those kinds of social injustice.
And I think we all can sort of agree that the best X-Men stories are the stories which ultimately teach us about tolerance, and that if we don't figure out how to love each other and cross this divide that's getting wider all the time, that we're just going to be a ball of mud, and we can't be, because the human experience is such a beautiful thing that just looking at this extraordinary cast and how diverse it is and how everyone cares so deeply for each other, and how Matt continues to create storylines that shows that really it's not about what you are, it is about how you love each other. And hopefully we can get to that place.
Hello. Hi, I run a Gifted after show called Gifted Talkers, which you can find on Cinelinks on Wednesdays.
Cool.
Okay, awesome.
And my co-host,
Thank you.
My co-host couldn't be here, but he's a big fan of Blink. And in season 1, when she was trying to learn to train, her happy thought was a warm jelly donut. And I think he would want me to ask you, is it still a warm jelly donut? And are you ever going to get that donut?
I ate a dozen of those donuts. And now it's just the dog. It's our dog Zingo. She thinks of Zingo and she makes it happen. No, in all realness, she has developed her powers enough that she doesn't need to focus so hard on opening a portal. Like before it was fleeting, before it only came when she was, in danger or when she was escaping something, and now she's able to control it a little bit more. Because she already ate the donuts.
Yeah.
There it is.
So we have very little time left, and so we're going to put this into a lightning round. So
This is actually going to be our second to last question.
Okay. I'm just being told that. Clearly, there's someone even more powerful than Lorna here. If you can go yes or no, then we can probably get another question.
His face is on a light.
And it's, dude, your face is...
I have a quick question, just like a quick question. When you had your powers, do you have any idea like how to like use them? Like for like Blink, you have to go like this, and for Polaris, you have to kind of go like this or something like that. Did you have the director? No, not the director. Whatever. Did they show you how to like actually like use them or no?
I just based mine off, people who have Jeeps and they like say hey to each other? Like if you see someone in another Jeep, you're supposed to be like...
Based it on someone who owns
the steering wheel, your hands on the steering wheel. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's
Wow.
I actually have to say that I've never played a superhero mutant before, so I actually got notes. So when I was first doing it, I didn't know what my noise would sound like, so I was literally doing this. And it wasn't until like 3 times the producer was like, I'm pretty sure she's not biting someone, Grace. Just nice and easy. So I needed a little help there.
I think
when we were coming up with it at the beginning, there were discussions, obviously, but really what's fun is that the powers relate to the person that portrays them, and so it's really about feeling them, and obviously their character is based on their abilities as well, but if you're open to it, then it ends up coming quite naturally. You just have to feel, Marcus is incredibly light or dark, incredibly hot and heavy, incredibly passionate. That comes out of him when he fires these beams of light from his fingers. And Jamie's character had been running away for so long that these portals allow her, when she was younger, I guess they relate. It comes across quite naturally if you work on it and you talk about it and then see what's expensive and what's cheap.
And on that happy note, we're going to wish you all a good night, a good day.
Thank you all so much.
Please thank this incredible cast and Matt Nix.